Hi, sweet brides. My name is Leora, and I am from Texas, and I wanted to share with you my praise report for today. Great faith for a greater work. Today's promise. No one can come to me unless the Father who sent me draws him, and I will raise him up on the last day. John chapter 6, verse 44. Being a worker at home has always been a distant dream of mine, and that was always one of the deepest desires of my heart. When the pandemic hit, like most people, I lost my job and did not know how I would pay my bills. But the Lord knew, and He surprised me with a job in the ministry. He turned losing my job due to the pandemic for my good, and He also answered that desire of my heart to be a worker at home. I had even forgotten that that was one of my desires, because I never thought that it would happen. But He didn't forget. He always follows through, if we can just wait for His timing. Lately, when I've been working, there have been some family members that have asked what it is that I do for work. They have seen me on my laptop numerous times over the past year, but have never asked me what it is that I do and who I work for. So it caught me by surprise when my brother and nephew asked me the other day as I was working. I have to admit that at first I did not know what to say, because as you know, we have to be discreet with what we share and with our hope for the restoration of our marriages, because our loved ones will probably be against us. But I did not want to deny that I was working for the Lord, so I said, I work for the good man upstairs. And then I told them that I work for a ministry. They looked at me with a happy smile and did not ask any more questions, but instead looked intrigued and delighted in my answer. My brother responded with, Oh wow, cool. I know that there is something there that has sparked their interest, and I know that the Lord is working in their hearts to draw them to Him. I get to watch every day as I see His plan unfold in the lives of my family, calling them slowly back to Him. There was another instance when I was working on my computer, and my nephew's girlfriend asked what I did, and I again said the same answer, and she was pleasantly surprised, and you could tell that joy filled her heart. Now I know these are people who are not very close to the Lord, but I can see the light of hope and interest when I told them that I work for the Lord in a ministry. I definitely can see it. It is the small cloud that Elijah saw too. There has to be something in their heart to spark that smile of joy that they gave me in response. I think that the Lord is so amazing in how He works, and I'm happy and willing for Him to use my life to demonstrate His love and draw them back. I just wanted to praise my Heavenly Husband for just being so faithful and for letting me have the front row seat to what will be many salvation stories. You show that you are a letter from Christ, the result of our ministry, written not with ink but with the Spirit of the living God, not on tablets of stone, but on tablets of human hearts. 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 3. We must show God's love to others to draw them back to Him. No one can come to me unless the Father who sent me draws him, and I will raise him up on the last day. John chapter 6, verse 44. It is by the merciful and gracious drawing of God that we are saved. And Elijah said to his servant, Go up now, look toward the sea. So he went up and looked and said, There is nothing. And 7 times he said, Go again. Then it came to pass the 7th time that he said, There is a cloud as small as a man's hand, rising out of the sea. So he said, Go up, say to Ahab, Prepare your chariot, and go down before the rain stops you. 1 Kings chapter 18, verses 43 and 44. Elijah knew that the small cloud meant a big work was on the way. When we see God moving in even small ways among us, we should have great faith for a greater work to come.